Hi Year 5. So over the course of the last few weeks of home learning, we've been looking at perspective. And what I want to do now is I want to show you how you can write words and make it look like it's jumping out off the page. So to do that, you're going to need some paper, a ruler, a pencil, and a rubber. You might also want, if you want to colour it at the end, you might want to use two different coloured pencils, okay, of the same colour. So for instance, you might use a light and a dark blue, or you might use a red and a pink, or even a black and a grey. So the first thing I like to do when I'm going to be writing using bubble writing is I like to be able to make sure I have a general idea of where I'm writing the letters. So I would take my ruler and I would just make sure I had a basic place of where I'm going to write them, and I would draw two faint lines. Then I might measure it out. So what I'm going to be writing is I'm going to be writing the word hello, but obviously you could try this with your name. You could make a sign or that it has a phrase on, or you could try writing your brother's name or a message to someone. So hello obviously has 5 letters, so I'm going to try to roughly, doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to try roughly to split my boxes into 5. And I've got a little bit at the end that I'm not going to use. Just leave that blank. So I'm going to start with my first letter, and it's an H. So I know this box is about 5 centimeters across, so roughly I'm going to do just under 2 centimeters, leave a gap of just under 1, and then draw. Like I said, you can try this with any word or letter that you like. Do you find it easier to do this style of letters using a ruler? Otherwise, I find that a lot of the time my letters aren't even. So I've done the H, I'll move on to the E. Again, I've got about 5 centimeters. So I'm going to do just under that. I'm going to do about 4 centimeters. About 1 centimeter up for each part, and then be about right. I have made that line a little bit too further out, so I'll try that again. And then start to draw my letters, and you can either do this just by sight, or you can be very precise and measure it. It's up to you. My L, I'm going to make it about thickness of 1 centimetre. Again, it's not going to be exactly precise. If you wanted to measure your letters out perfectly, you could. I'm just trying to do it to get a general guide for my letters. It's actually quite easy to start off with. You just want basically a rectangle about the size of the box, and then I'm going to guess where I want my marks, but you could measure this properly. It will probably look a little bit nicer than what mine would. And then I've got my O. So the next thing I need to do is just the guidelines that I had to keep my letters spaced and to keep them the same height. I just need to erase those lines now. And then I have some quite nice block lettering. Now what I need to do to make it look 3D, I need to decide where my vanishing point is going to be. And I think I'm going to do my vanishing point over here. Okay, what you could do, if you want, is move it right in to the top corner of the page as well. And then all you do, from each corner of the letter along the top, you're going to line it up to the vanishing point. And draw a diagonal line straight to that point. And you're going to do for the corner of every letter. What you will find is that your lines, when they get closer to the vanishing point, they get closer together. And this creates the illusion of the letters jumping out and the vanishing point being far in the distance. You can see there it hasn't quite lined up, so what I might have to do with some of the lines is erase them and start again. So I can line that one up a little bit clearer. I do find, while I might not be too precise at drawing the actual letters, making sure that I am hitting the corner of the letters, I do think you have to be quite precise with for it really to look perfect. The length of your lines and the angle of them will change as you go along. Oh, your word. Not happy with that line, so like I said, if you're not happy with it, make sure you erase it and draw it again. Do not leave any erasing to the end to redraw lines, because it can get very, very complicated at remembering which line is which. These are great things if you want to make door signs for your bedroom. You can use them for that. So as you can see, I've went along the top of each of the letters, and one, it makes it look 3D, and second of all, it makes it look like it's traveling through space and time and coming out of nowhere. The next thing you need to do is look at the other corners of your letters and follow the lines. However, this time, what we're going to do is we're not going to carry the line all the way to the vanishing point. We are just going to carry it until we hit another part of the letter, just like that. Try to keep it in line where you can with the vanishing line. Again, these lines, some will be long, some will be short, but that's all part of creating the illusion. The O is a little bit trickier because it's the last letter. The corner might actually have to go back to the vanishing point. And there you have it. You now have a word that looks like it's been travelling and jumped out off the page. So once you have your word like that, you can start to colour it. And I've started here. Like I said, try and use 2 colours. So what I've done is I've carried on the top of every letter in 1 colour, and I'm going to do the same down here. And I'm only going to colour the part of the letter that if I was standing above it, I would be able to see. You might So then what you would do is once you've done that part, you would then colour in the sides of the letters. Now for this, I would normally use a lighter blue, and I did have a lighter blue, but it's disappeared. I can't find it anywhere. So just to show you what I mean, I'm going to colour it in orange. And just to make my letters at the front stand out, I might use a marker. I just think this helps the front letters to really stand out. And it would be your choice if you wanted to then go over these lines as well. I'm just rushing this just to show you. But I think if you took some more time, it would really be nice and neat. And like I say, it would be your choice if you then wanted to continue that. And go over the lines disappearing into the horizon. Like that. That would be your choice. But I would love to see some of your artwork. So if you can, send some into the Year 5 email group. It would be nice to see how you're using this. So are you going to maybe use it to send messages to your friends or family? Maybe you want to create a door sign for your bedroom. When I was little, I used to have one that said "Do not touch" to stop my sister from taking all of my things. But you can go over it like that and then make it stand out a little bit more. But like I say, I look forward to seeing some of your work. Please keep in touch, Year 5. I hope to see you soon.